same error message type deal. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you back to the next installment of Dragon's Insanity Chat. What do we bring up today? What do we talk about today? There's so many things, so little time. Actually, no, there's plenty of time. Here's one. Do you think the dead can talk? Do you think spirits are real? Things like that. The dead can communicate with the living, affect the land of the living. There's people that do, others that don't. I can definitely say that I've experienced things that are beyond this world. Are definitely not normal. And, you know, who's to say? Who's to say, really, honestly? Do I know with 100% certainty? No, I only know what I personally have experienced and I've personally dealt with. There have been things that have happened that make me question it, obviously. There have been things that happen that make me go, there's not a reason for me to not believe it can happen. So, who's to say? I mean, have you ever experienced anything like that? Have you ever experienced something out of this world? It could be something small, it could be something big. Have you seen something that you can't explain? Heard something that can't be explained? And, things like this, people also question your sanity on. Because they go, well, you gotta be fucking crazy to hear this. You gotta be crazy to think any of this. Ugh. Wow, I needed that apparently. So, that's the thing, isn't it? Are is what you're seeing and hearing actually real, actually happening, or is it a figment of your imagination, your mind playing tricks on you, you literally going insane little by little? Are you descending into madness, thinking these are happening, things are happening, these things are happening, 100%? Or are they actually happening? And what you're glimpsing or getting a glimpse of is the truth. And nobody wants to believe it because there's that whole mindset of I can't see it, I don't feel it, I don't hear it, whatever, it's not real. It's the same thing with which it could easily segue into with something like that of people with mental disabilities. The mindset is I don't see it, I don't hear it, it's not real, you're just faking. And that happens way too often on everything. You have all this evidence proving one thing or another, but people just go, I don't see it, I don't hear it, I don't feel it, I don't know it, whatever. You'll run across videos and everything else like that on YouTube and otherwise where you see unexplainable things happen. You'll even hear things happen and be like, wow, is that really real? Is that actually happening? And the thing is, that's for you to decide. Do you want it to be real? Do you want it to really be happening? It's up to you. Who's to say it isn't real? Scientists, whatever, who cares? They, they don't know. They have this idea, and all they're trying to do is prove that idea, but they have no actual solid stuff behind it. They have no real leverage behind them. They come up with these facts and everything, and because they're scientists and everything, we take it at face value. We go, well, they know, they're scientists, they obviously know what the hell they're talking about. When no, they don't. No, they don't. Prime example, when the first atom was split, right? He had an idea about what would happen. He didn't really know what would happen. He had an idea, he had a thought, he had an inkling of what may happen should he do this. But he didn't actively know or actually know what would happen until he did. It's the same thing with anything supernatural, spiritual, whatever you want to call it. Do you actually know what's going to happen? Do you actually know what happens? Or is it an idea, a theory? But because of how it works and what it pertains to and how it all works, there's no real way to know. Because you have people that have died and came back, right? And you've had so many different theories, so many different stories about what happened when they died, what happened when they came back, what after they came back and were dead for X amount of time. Another thing too, another and another problem I have with it all. You have coma patients, right? Been in coma 50 years type deal. Obviously not, but go with me here. I'm never gonna wake up again. That's it. Da da la. They're dead. Da da la. Then out of nowhere, they wake up, right? And doctors and otherwise all contribute it to how long they had been in a coma for, right? They're not the same. Da da la. But after X amount of time, they seem perfectly normal. Everything's all hunky dory with them, and then out of nowhere, you know, you've known them for so long, anyways. Before that, it just something doesn't quite seem right. Something doesn't quite seem the way it should be with them. You know, it's kind of like they're there, they're who they say they are, but at the same time they're not. That there's something different about them, but you can never quite put your finger on it. So who's to say that during that time they didn't die? They didn't end up passing away. and something else decided to hop in their body. And because of how the brain is and everything, it took that much time for them to be able to siphon through everything just so they can get a damn good idea about how this person really is, to be able to mimic them properly, or at least properly enough. And that's why something always seems off with them. Because it's them, but it's not them, it's someone else. Hey, conspiracy theorists, here you go, take this and run with it. Fuck. But, I mean, what are you going to do about it? There's no way to prove it. There really isn't. Unless, the only way I can even think it might be even remotely possible, and I doubt we even have the capability of doing it, right? Is you hook them up to the machine that scans their thunkerdoodle, their brain, whatever, and you need them hooked up to it 24/7, right? And watch and see if something changes. That's all you gotta do. Watch and see if something changes for them. Somewhere in their head, it changes. And if it does, you'd be able to see what areas were affected or changed. So, that's all you gotta do there. You look at it, you see what changed, you see where it changed at even. Whole guide, you know. And after that, you go, well, this is a section of the brain that got affected. What does this section of the brain do? What does it control? How does it control it? And all the little hubbub-a-loop you need to do, right? And since you have gigabytes of data, locked in on the brain and everything, go to about 20 frames or something like that, whatever ratio you want to use, right? Before they woke up, because again, you're obviously gonna have the time on when they woke up. That ain't gonna be fucking different. You have the time from when they woke up. You go 20 frames before that, or 200, or whatever. Ever many pictures it. An X amount of pictures. 200, 100, whatever. Up until the time they woke up. And what you're doing is you're focusing on that specific area of the brain at that point. Why? Because that's where you notice the change at. And so during that entire time, you're looking at that part of the brain. You're seeing what happened, how you're watching a gradual change, even because there should be obvious, for obvious reasons, there should be a gradual change in their head, and then you go, okay. Now it's twofold because say you do all this, right, and you see no gradual change at all. It literally went from absolutely nothing, brain dead status, whatever the hell you want to call it, to out of nowhere, punk. Something happened there. There's no way of, out of that one. There's no guesswork. It is literally, huh, something happened there. Because that doesn't make sense. There's no logical explanation for it. But, how dare I try to assume something like that or presume something like that? You have no reason to believe it anyways, too. And yet, you can get slapped in the face with evidence like that, and you will have people, their dying breath will be, no, that's bullshit. Or whatever, whatever the hell else they want to say. Because they will refuse to accept it as reality. Um, and it is. It is flat out reality, but they're like, no, no, that's not really what happened. This is what happened. You read this wrong, da da la. Or, like what could potentially happen to you. You fucking find something out of nowhere. You got black SUV shit roll up, and you got government officials going, now look, this is what happened. And they're telling you what happened, even though you're the asshole who discovered it and everything. They're like, no, this is what really happened, just so you know. You know, what you think happened did not actually happen. Because, again, that's a conspiracy theorist thing, too. Shit might happen where you find out something that you shouldn't, and you're gonna get fucking visited by people, and you're gonna wish you didn't. And you're gonna get told this is what's happening, this is what happened, and you're not gonna get a say in the matter. It's just flat out, this is, you know, here's your new life from now on. This is what fucking happened. Just deal with it. Be a happy little toy monkey. Be wound up and everything, and there you fucking go. Or if you don't listen to everything and you try to, like, in matter if you could go public with it or whatever, out of nowhere your boss is gonna call you in and be like, we're gonna put you on leave due to work related stress or something like that. And your family's gonna get told something else, obviously, and your ass is gonna fucking end up somewhere else. Like, you will not make it home, but, there will be a perfectly logical explanation down a law for your disappearance, whole 9 yards, and, for all you know, your family's gonna get a nice lump sum out of nowhere, too, on the stipulation that, you're doing work, quote unquote. You can't be asked questions and you can't talk to him because of the kind of work you're doing. And your ass is just fucking shipped off into the middle of BFE and there ain't nothing you can fucking do about it. You ain't got a phone, you ain't gonna have nothing. And your ass is up the creek because you didn't listen. And that could entirely happen. There's no way of fuck that wouldn't or couldn't happen. People be like, oh no, the government wouldn't do shit like that. They wouldn't do anything like that, or that could never happen, or whatever line would help you sleep at night, or what helps you sleep at night. But I'll tell you now too, if you really think the government does not do shit and cover shit up, depending on what it is, depending on the severity of it, whatever you want to call it, you need to wake the fuck up. That is ignorant in so many different ways that I hope you don't procreate. If you don't know what that means, it means I hope you never have children because shit, we don't need more dumbass people like that around. Now again, though, too, hey, what the hell? You're the one spouting all this the controversial bullshit, anyways. Not a lie. Fuck you, dude. Not a lie. It's like, well, see again. Here's the thing, though. Even if I do sound like a conspiracy theorist, which I'm pretty sure I do, whatever, the government will keep me around. Especially for that one. You know why? Because I sound like a loon. You really gonna take the word of a lunatic? Sure, there'll be some people who'll be like, damn, da da la. But general populace, whatever, is just gonna be like lunatic and write it off. And they'll have no second thought. And even if what I'm saying is 100% accurate, because it's the internet, everything else like that, nobody will believe it. Not 100%, or not even 100% of the people believe it. Because, it sounds too crazy. And if it got too much traction, oh, out of nowhere, oh, shit that I'm doing is against terms of service for one thing or another, and it gets taken down, it gets shut down. Out of nowhere, my computer would develop a horrendous virus and delete all of the shit that I've got and all that other stuff to make sure there's no evidence of any of it, 100 different things can happen. Out of nowhere, the power cuts out. And da da la, or again, any number of things. And I can tell you now, if you think about it, and I mean really think about this shit, right? I've no doubt in my mind, because of how fucked this all is. If you thought about it, you either knew someone, know someone, or somewhere along those lines in that wording that you do online that they just out of nowhere fell off the face of the earth. For a while they've been spouting insane theories and conjectures and conspiracy theorist shit and all this other fun shit, and then out of nowhere they just whomp off the face of the planet. Like they never existed. You can't tell me that you don't really think something happened to them. I don't mean, you know, something happened to them. Via government interference, via something, someone stepped in and was like, no, this shit's going on too far. They've got too close, any number of things, and they got stopped. Someone stopped them. I'd bet money on that too. Or they're locked up in a loony bin for their safety because, this, that, and the other thing. Again, bullshit. Well, maybe not entirely bullshit, but because of what they were saying and everything, and how they were presenting it, whatever, they got enough traction, or started getting enough traction, that whoever may have been watching determined that they became a big enough threat. They're like, no, this guy's got to go. We have got to stop this because it's getting too close. We can't stop it now. We have, they're getting too much traction. We got to put a stop to this now, or we're gonna be in trouble. And I fully believe that shit happens. It does not make sense for people to randomly disappear off the face of Earth like that, especially depending on what they were saying and everything, and you just accept it. That's even the worst part. We accept that they just randomly fell off the face of Earth too when it's out of nowhere. That should have pulled up a red flag going, wait a minute, hold on here. No, this guy want to do something like this. I've known them for X amount of time. They don't do that shit. What the fuck happened to them? Instead, again, we take it at face value. Somewhere, some way, somehow, we're made to forget. We are. We do. But again, you gotta like dig deep inside your own head for that one. Really get your Thunkerdoodle going. Because in your head, and again, I have no doubt, there's someone that disappeared in your life. But you know, again, it's all up to you to make that choice. Ghosts, goblins, ghouls, vampires, werewolves, supernatural beings of all sorts. Up to you if you want to believe it. Up to you if you want to believe anything like that. There's no right or wrong answer. Fuck people who tell you you're wrong, there's no such thing, da da da. Just because you got closed minded little shitheads fucking telling you does not mean they're right. There's shit that I believe that I've been told is wrong, and you know what? Go fuck. They can fuck themselves off. It's my personal belief. They're my thoughts. They're my opinions. They're mine. And you know, I do hate using the term because I've seen so many other radios on so many different things. But it is true. I am entitled to my own fucking opinions. I am entitled to my own beliefs. I am entitled to have my thoughts that I do and not be judged for them, just like everybody else is. And you know, as long as you're not trying to shove your beliefs down somebody's throat, and when they say, hey, da da la, and you don't go, well, fuck you, you're wrong, da da la, go die in a hole, go fuck yourself, go kill yourself, whatever. You know, as long as you're not one of those people, it doesn't matter. Did it hurt you? How did it hurt you if it did? Oh, oh God, he had a different opinion than me. He's wrong. No. Oh God, get the tampon out of your ass and fucking buck up, Buttercup. That's for either gender that fucking has that kind of opinion and attitude. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't harm you in any goddamn shape or form. Just deal with it. And again, if you're watching this and you like the content, uh, honestly, I enjoy doing these things more than anything right now at this point. For my own mental health, this is helping more than anything, even playing games, which is kind of sad since I used to enjoy playing video games all day long without a problem. Now, for some reason, just not as satisfying. I'd appreciate the hell out of you. You could hit that like and subscribe as well. Also, leave a comment if you would like as well to give me an idea. Uh, Say what subject you'd like to be discussed next, or if there's a subject you'd like to be discussed. If you feel passionate about said subject too, and you would like to be a part, please leave your because I am on Discord, obviously. I do have a Discord for it. Please leave your Discord name if you have it, and I will gladly add you or find you, add you on Discord, and I will send you a request, everything else like that, to add you to my Discord. And the next time I do this, you are more than welcome to hop in, especially since it's your subject and everything. And we will talk about it, discuss it, have fun. And, you know, you get, and, you know, either one of us get too riled up. We could take a break, we could take a step back, relax, because, you know, nobody's wrong here. I'd love to know what your opinions are. Because, again, their opinions, they're not going to hurt me. They don't hurt me. So, again, I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate the fact that you've taken time out of your day to be a part of the insanity. Again, my name is Ragged Realms, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, biggest thing right now is let the insanity take hold.